blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's time for the Nick B Podcast. No co-hosts, no filters, and no telling what the hell will come out of his mouth.
What I love about this guy, Nick.
Now, here's your host, Nick B.
Yes. What is going on, everybody? As the intro says, this is Blah, Blah, Blah with Nick B. This is my podcast where I just come on and basically shoot the shit with you about anything and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize up front. I am currently under the weather. I am getting out of it, but there's going to be some heavier breathing than normal. I apologize for that. And the rattling you hear is the chains that I have on my neck. If you have no idea who I am nationally syndicated radio host Nick B. I have hosted many shows in the past and done all kinds of things in radio throughout the years. And now I get to sit back and do some podcasts here and there when I have time. Now, I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about. One of the things that I want to talk about is, I know it seems like I virtually disappeared from social media, but I didn't. I was banned, and I think I did a blah, blah, blah on this already, but they banned one of my accounts for something that was a violation of their terms of service, and when they banned that main account, that's what banned all the other accounts. So, at Nick B Talks is gone. It is no more. So, on Instagram, I am at Nick B On Radio. I did set up another one that was Nick B On Air, but they wouldn't let me log in after I set everything up. So, Nick B On Air is what my Instagram tag is now. So if you're trying to find me on Instagram, that is the new Instagram URL username, whatever the hell it is I'm trying to say. So yeah, at Nick B on radio, but I'm still at Nick B Talks on like YouTube and everything else. So the only one that's different now is Instagram. But the best way to stay up with all of those links and find me anywhere on the planet, on the social webs or whatever, is by going to www.nickbnation.com. We'll have all of the things up there first and foremost, but also my link tree, which is linktree/Nick B Talks. You know, they spell link tree. It's linktree.ee/Nick B Talks. Yeah, something like that. So, again, at Nick B on radio. So that went away. All of the connections that I have made throughout the years as Nick B Talks on Instagram is gone. All of the videos, everything that I had up there, completely gone. I had almost 7,000 followers on there. All of that is now gone. So now we rebuild. And I'm not opposed to rebuilding. It's just a pain in the ass to let everybody know, hey, this is where we went. And again, the violation was something stupid. It was over a political meme that I had that I thought I had gotten rid of, but apparently it was somewhere in the archives or something like that. And they hit me with a ban because of it. And if you didn't know, and again, I think I said this on the last podcast, if you didn't know, everything that you have in your account center, if one of those gets flagged for any reason, it flags the whole thing. So like my personal Facebook that I have had for, going on 20 years, 15 years at least, 15, 16 years is now gone. And a lot of my friends that I had connections on there with have since passed on, and it's just been a giant pain. A lot of my family isn't wanting to add me because they're not sure if it's really me or if it's if I've been hacked or something like that. So it's just been a giant pain. So my advice to you is if you have multiple Instagram accounts for business or whatever, do not link them through their account center, because if anything gets flagged, everything in that account center is going to be flagged. And I think that's ridiculous. And apparently, this is a huge issue. Now, this isn't the issue that I was facing, but there were millions of people that lost their Instagram account. There was rumors that one whole country, or the majority of a country down in South America, I want to say it was El Salvador, but I could be wrong, they also were banned from their Instagram account not too long ago. And the reason is AI. Basically, Instagram, Meta, parent company, they don't have people making these decisions. They are training their AI to make these decisions. And a lot of people that are banned from Instagram are getting banned for something that they called child sex exploitation, CSE. And none of these accounts are actually guilty of that. And here's the kicker to all of that. The people that are actually doing the crap like that on Instagram, those accounts are still live and well. I have a theory. I think that my account, my personal account, got targeted because I block and report every time I see something like that. And I think that makes the AI think that I'm somehow participating in it or something like that. Even though, again, that's not the reason I got banned. I got banned for political hate speech, I believe is what it was, which again is a violation. It was my second violation or my third violation. So that was, all she wrote. But again, I think it's crazy. They could have just banned that one account. They didn't have to ban all of them. I think that was a bit much. And apparently, all of these people that have been hit with these CSE claims, because again, that's a very serious claim, the AI is doing it without any proof. It's just randomly picking it. And some of these people are like meta-verified people. So what they started doing, somebody figured out that if they went to their local attorney general and reported it to the attorney general, that the attorney general would get involved. And Meta usually gave them their account back after they put a person over it. Well, now the attorney generals in like 40-something states have sent letters to Meta telling them they need to fix this because a lot of people have been flagged for CSE, again, child sexual exploitation, without actually doing it. And it's a glitch in their AI that is somehow flagging the things. And there are people that are talking. I joined a Reddit about Facebook banned. Anyway, I digress. So these attorney generals basically told Meta, hey, you need to fix this shit. And Meta isn't actually doing anything to fix it because Meta likes this stuff happening because they get to keep the accounts. And here's the next thing. My account that got banned for political bullying or cyberbullying or something like that, I forget the actual term that they hit me with. They still send me emails about those accounts. They're like, hey, you're missing out. I'm like, I'm not missing out. So Meta seems to be on nothing but autopilot. And the people aren't there, which again, I find ironic because it's a company that wants to bring people together. Like that's its whole motto. That's its whole reason for existing, according to the robot that runs it, Zuckerberg. He claims that he wants to bring people together. Really? Well, get some people on this to fix this crap in the AI because the people that are in this Reddit are getting hit that have had their accounts, 12, 15 years like me. And they're like, what the hell is going on? And again, that's a serious allegation. And there's a lot of people that get scared when they get hit with that are completely innocent, that are like, oh, well, I don't want to push this because what if I did come across something on Instagram and I didn't report it? So there's a bunch of people in the Reddit. Like I said, I think it's Facebook banned or banned on Facebook. You should join that because there's a lot of people in there. Again, there's a few thousand people in there that are talking about how they got banned and they're trying to figure out how they can get their accounts back. I'm not even trying to get my account back. It sucks that I don't have my personal Facebook account, but at the same time, these things, they're not as important as they make us out to be. Now, obviously, for what I do for work, I need to have one for Nick B, but personally, I don't need to connect with my family that way. My immediate family, like my wife and my kids, I don't do that anyway. They don't have any social media, thank God. It's just me. But, extended family that I don't get to see, I enjoyed, seeing how their kids were growing and graduating high school and stuff like that. But at the same time, I can get all that the next time I see them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as important as they've convinced us it is. But just letting you know, that's what's been going on with that. Now, another thing that I did want to talk about is there are a couple of lawsuits that have happened. Tyler Perry is now being sued for sexual harassment and allegedly sexual harassment. The guy brought receipts, though, and a lot of the tweets or a lot of the messages that have been put out, they've been put out all over Twitter, and the messages back and forth. Now, true, we don't know if it's actually coming from Tyler Perry. You could technically get anybody to message you, change the name to Tyler Perry in your phone, and then put everything out. But the guy is suing Tyler Perry for like $270 some odd million, claiming that Tyler Perry tried to take advantage of him and that Tyler Perry said something to the effect of he liked to have sex with straight white men. So that's kind of crazy. The person that is accusing him of it is an actor. Again, it's a $260 million lawsuit. Tyler Perry has been sued by an actor who accused the mogul of sexually assaulting him while working on his TV shows. Derek Dixon has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles accusing Perry of using his influence in entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitive dynamic while he was acting on The Oval and Ruthless. He alleges Perry promised him a successful acting career, but then subjecting him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation. Now, end quote. Now, see, this is something that Monique was talking about a while back when she spoke up about some stuff, and Tyler Perry and Oprah, she specifically said, y'all didn't do anything to help me, right? She wanted more money or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Now, obviously, it's not the same as what was going on here with, Tyler Perry and then this Derek Dixon accusing. Monique wasn't doing that, but Monique was going through something with, I believe it was Netflix or somebody, where she was asking for more money for her special or something. She basically got blackballed in Hollywood, and a lot of people started shunning her, and they wouldn't hang out with her. They weren't inviting her to things. They weren't giving her jobs. They weren't doing things like they should have. And Monique spoke out, and she called Tyler Perry out. She's like, you were one of the worst because of his influence and how powerful he is in Hollywood. She also called out Oprah Winfrey, again, because those two are billionaires from mostly Hollywood. So she's like, where were y'all? How come y'all didn't help me? And she kind of had a point with it, but I digress. This will be up. I'll try and put this article that I'm reading from with this episode, but don't hold me to that. This is from the BBC. I'm sure there's others out there. Perry's lawyer denied the allegations and called the lawsuit a scam to make money. This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. And I realize that does happen. So we got to be careful because, again, in the age of Diddy, everybody wants to jump on it and be like, oh, look, it was kind of ironic, or I find it kind of ironic that Tyler Perry did party at Diddy's a lot. Just saying. That doesn't mean he's guilty of anything. I'm not accusing him of being guilty of anything. I'm just saying, bro was hanging out with Diddy, as was a lot of people. I know, just putting it out there. Leo, a lot of us are looking at you. So it'll be interesting if anything comes from this. And again, I want to apologize about my voice. I realize I'm sick. The breathing is probably horrible. I'm going to do my best to edit a lot of this out. This will probably be one of my more shorter podcasts that I've done. I'm actually feeling a whole lot better than I have, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing everything. The breathing is annoying me because I can hear it in my headphones, so I'm going to try my best to take the most of that out. But again, y'all are just going to have to forgive me. I've been under the weather, and it's just wrecked me. Can't even talk sometimes. Another lawsuit that I want to talk about is Fat Joe. He's now being sued for $20 million by a former hype man in an explosive complaint, according to Variety. It alleges that the rapper engaged in sexual acts with minors and coerced the guy that is suing, or the former hype man that is suing, into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing with Fat Joe. That's kind of strange. Oh, and look, the name is kind of coincidental too. The guy that's suing Tyler Perry is, let's see, I don't want to get his name wrong, so let me just flip back over to it real quick. His name is Derek Dixon. The guy that is claiming Fat Joe has done all of these things is a guy by the name of T.A. Dixon. Interesting. The lawsuit comes after the rapper sued T.A. Dixon in April for slandering him on social media by claiming Fat Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for sex. So there you have it. Fat Joe's former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon, has filed an explosive lawsuit in federal court against the rapper on Thursday. Dixon is alleging that his former boss, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cardenega, engaged in coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Dixon adds that the hip-hop star behind the chart toppers as What's Love got rich and famous, while his associates deliberately suppressed, silenced, and erased Dixon's substantial creative, artistic, and commercial contributions, which were the foundation to Fat Joe's professional success and personal brand. He is seeking up to $20 million in damages. I don't think Joe's got it. I don't think he's got it. So that's the next part to it is, does he have it? But again, you got another musician that like to hang out with Diddy. And again, I know that doesn't automatically make you guilty, but it definitely makes some of these things when they pop up, makes you go, a little bit more. And finally, the last thing that I'm going to talk about on blah, blah, blah is JoJo Siwa, who has revealed that she is in a relationship with Chris Hughes and calls him her boyfriend, now is saying that she felt pressured into coming out as a lesbian. She says she kind of boxed herself in. When she came out, she didn't want to be strictly a lesbian, is what this article is saying. She wanted to come out as being pansexual because she doesn't care about gender, which is what she says in the article. And again, I'll try and link these articles to this podcast episode. It says, when I came out at 17, I said, I'm pansexual because I don't care about gender. But then I kind of boxed myself in and I said I'm a lesbian. And I think I did that because of pressure, she told the publication. She noted that she felt the pressure came in a weird way from inside the LGBTQ community at times. From people I know, from partners I've had, you just get put in this world where you feel like because now you have said, oh, I'm a lesbian, you have to be a lesbian. And the truth is, sexuality is fluid. There you have it. Those aren't my words. I don't believe sexuality is fluid, but hey, it's 2025. What do I know? Maybe I'm too old for this world at this point. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to www.nickbnation.com. That's where you'll find the links to all of my socials and everything out there. And again, this is probably going to be one of the more shorter episodes that I do, but I'm sick. I'm under the weather. Talking too much probably isn't good. And I've still got another show that I need to do. So I need to pause, recoup, and then go and do my other show. But you can go to www.nickbnation.com. Under podcasts, you should be able to find this episode under blah, blah, blah. And I will do my best to make sure that I link the articles that I was talking about, which were, one is from People, which is about JoJo Siwa feeling like she was pressured into saying she was a lesbian. One from Variety about Fat Joe being sued for $20 million. And then the other one from Tyler Perry being accused of sexual assault from the BBC. So all of those will be up on the website. I cannot leave you without giving you my customary goodbye. My customary goodbye is this. Hug your loved ones each and every day, because you never know when the good Lord will call them home. For every dark night, there's always a brighter day, and life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last. I'll see you when I see you. Y'all be good.
The proceeding was produced by Look Butterflies Entertainment. All rights reserved. Unauthorized reproduction or rebroadcast in whole or in part without the express written consent of Look Butterflies Entertainment is strictly prohibited. Check our website for shows, ways to listen, and all of our social media links. To learn more, visit www.nickbnation.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.